Welcome back, everybody, to Flight Sim 2020 Career Mode. I first want to apologize. I recorded the first two videos before the first video actually came out, and since then there's been a lively discussion on YouTube about how clickbaity my title was, because I said that the career mode was built in to Flight Sim, and I apologize. That's not what I meant. I'm not a big enough YouTuber to clickbait anyone because I normally don't have any, viewers. So apologies for that if you were offended or thought that I was being clickbaity. I really wasn't. I more meant that the Sky4 Sim thing is now integrated into Flight Sim. That's all I meant. And so, yeah, please forgive me. But we are going to be continuing our career mode here. So we are in our Cessna 172, which we do have rented right now. We are in Miami, so we're back exactly where we started. And I think I want to do some flying around the Bahamas or maybe into Cuba. I'm not really sure. I'm sort of just going to look for some jobs that look like they're in interesting areas. Like this Kingston one looks really good. This is 35,000. It's only 275 pounds. And it's not that far. Let's see how far it is. 511 nautical miles. So it'll take me about 4 hours to get there, which is fine. That's one option. Oh, I closed it. Oh, that was silly. We could also open up the NeoFly thing. There was also some discussion about what program this is. I'm using what's called NeoFly, Neofly. You can go to just Google NeoFly and you'll find it. This is their paid version. I think it was only like $25 or something ridiculously cheap. I paid for it like last year. I didn't really pay attention to how much it was. I apologize. That's not my concern, so I don't know. I just don't remember how much it was, but it was relatively cheap. I didn't have to budget for anything. So yeah, it's a cheap program. You can opt into certain things. You can also pay more and you get other things. You can get, I guess, more pilots, the company, some other stuff. So yeah, if you feel like supporting them, I think they're a pretty good company. I think they've been, making some pretty good products. So yeah, NeoFly, this is what it is. Okay, so we have refueled already. That's one thing we did. So we're going to look for some of these jobs. Now, I want to be heading south over somewhere here. So this is 15,000. This is 12,000. So this is cargo. That's better for us. How much is this? 204 nautical miles. This should be pretty fine, too. So that's pretty good. MUHA. All right, we're going to go
Good day
there.
to you, pilot. The flight plan has now been signed off. As soon as all the cargo is safely on board, you can get on your way.
Fantastic. Thank you, Elena.
The ground crew are loading the cargo. Stand by.
Also, I don't think you guys could hear Elena in the last video, and I apologize for that. It seems like you guys didn't get that part of the conversation, so I apologize. Elena is the voice that you can hear when you first start NeoFly. And yeah, I guess for some reason it wasn't coming through my speakers properly, and so it wasn't being recorded by OBS. That's my fault. I just don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I'm just playing around. And that's one of the downsides, is that sometimes it's not all good.
Transporter, cargo is loaded. You can start your mission.
There we go. So cargo is now loaded. We can start our mission. I'm going to turn the desktop volume down a little bit. That seemed like it maxed out a little high there. Excuse me. All right. Going to start our engine. Remember, we are here on the Cessna 172 this time, so we do have the G1000 Garmin system in it, which is awesome. I'm very excited for that. We are holding the battery switch. There we go. Now it's all coming online.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting.
There
Taxi
we
to
go.
the runway and take off.
Okay, so now we're ready to taxi. One of the things I said I wanted to do is integrate into the VATSIM network. I do want to do that. I'm not going to be doing that tonight. I just honestly don't have time to deal with it. It's quite a bit of setup to do on this computer, and I have some things to do tonight that I just, I'm trying to fit this into my schedule when I can. And VATSIM always slows things down considerably because you've got to wait on the pad, and you've got to wait for ground, then you got to wait for controller, then you got to wait for tower, then you got to wait for. So I, rather than waiting and just listening to pilots talk, we're just going to fly today as if we're going through the general aviation, and we don't need to go through too much of that stuff. So we have our job. We're going to MUHA. So the next thing I'm going to do is probably set my Garmin up here. See if I can remember how to do this. I remember there was problems here before. So the flight plan, the origin is going to be yes, this is the one I want to is this not the one that I can okay. See, here I can do it. MUHA, right? I'm going the wrong way. I can barely see that too. One more. MUHA, right? I just want to double check. I didn't see that wrong. So we are going to, yes, MUHA, Havana. U. H. Jose Marti, Havana, that's the one. Enter. Activate. Okay, so that'll give us our GPS coordinate. That just basically gives us our heading and all that kind of stuff. Now, I know you can put this in the flight plan properly, but again, I don't know why in this it's not quite working correctly. I can't seem to get it to move, so if someone knows how to work that better than I'm working it, that'd be great. Now let's do our after engine checks here. Throttle adjust. Slowly up to 1000 RPM. Good. All right, so we're all set. Our companion backup Garmin there should come on as well. And we're ready to taxi. So we're parked in, obviously, a parking spot that's not meant for not meant for a Cessna 172. Here at Miami International Airport, you would never find yourself in this position, but that's fine. I'm willing to suspend my disbelief for the purposes of entertainment. It seems like Flight Sim is choosing a lot of these fighter jets as like placeholder airplanes in these airports. I also don't think that we'd be seeing fighter jets hanging out at the concourse either. I don't know. Seems a little unlikely to me. We can, I guess, try and avoid these guys. Excuse me, I'm going to bring up my... Ooh, too close, too close. So we're just going to take off right here. Again, I don't know what runways are necessarily active, but I know that I can get out this way, so that's fine. And we'll just follow whatever taxiway we like, I guess. Watch out for traffic. I have turned traffic off as well. I was actually doing some fun flights earlier yesterday, and so I wanted all of the traffic off, so we don't have that right now. Just in case you're wondering why all the other people have disappeared from last time. I also figured out that there was an AI assistance thing that was messing up before. I don't know if it was messing up my last career mode flight, but it was like it was trying to like deploy my flaps and gears when I was at low altitudes and stuff, which, you know, I can do that. I got that. Yeah, I don't need you to do that, flight sim, but still thought it wanted me to do that, so I took that off. We don't need that. Thank you very much, flight sim. I will fly the plane. You can just be a computer. So we are playing early in the morning here in Miami. You can see the beautiful sunrise. We're going to probably take off, and as we get a little bit closer to Cuba, we'll get we should get a really beautiful sunrise over the ocean here. So we'll see. Now, normally I would stop here, but we're not playing with ATC yet. Not quite yet. When I have some more time and I'm streaming in the afternoon or something like that, then, you know, maybe I'll do it then. But I don't need to do that right now. What I am going to do, though, is set up my autopilot, because I haven't done that yet. Normally my co-pilot would have done that on the way for taxi, or I would have done it while my co-pilot was taxiing, but I don't have a co-pilot. Also, my resolution is really low on this computer. I'm not really sure why. I know I need to press that. Okay, so let's set this up. I want my altitude to be set at maybe 8,000 feet. Bring that back down to 8,000. We're going to turn our flight director on. We're going to turn nav mode on. Our nav is on GPS. We're going to change our vertical speed. And oops, we're going to change that to about, I think 1200 seems good. So that's what we're going to do on our way. That's all we need. Let's go. We got our flaps set, power set, power to full, release the parking brake, slide around a little bit. That's good. It's fine. It's always good. Seems like you got a flat tire on the left hand side or something. It's fine. Or maybe that's the propeller pulling us that way. So we'll take off, and then we'll just quickly take a left turn here over the airport. Probably not what we would do in real life, maybe, but again, this is a game. It's fine. Alright, we have positive rate of climb.
Have a safe journey, pilot. That's some load you have there.
That's some load I got here. That sounds like I pooped my pants. Alright, once again, our left turn that we probably wouldn't be taking in real life. That's fine. But we especially wouldn't be losing altitude. Let's not do that. We can actually just turn the autopilot on now, and the autopilot will take us where we need to go. So let's just enjoy the view here. Oh, look at that with the sun coming up too. It's wonderful. Lovely. So I'm gonna back out our map all the way out there. Yeah. So we can see where we're going, to Muha. Maybe I'll do we'll do a bit of a time lapse of our climb here, and I'll do that from the side. Maybe have this nice view. I guess we're going to be turning a little bit and then correcting. This is the sort of course that we're going to be on. So yeah, I'll leave it right about here, and we'll let the sun come up right behind us here. So yeah, I will see you guys in just a little bit. Well, I just came back to notice we're in the clouds. Isn't this interesting? Hopefully we break out of these clouds soon. Interesting. I thought my game was broken. I was looking over here like, wait, what? Alright, we'll see you guys soon. Okay, does look like we stalled. I guess 8,000 feet is too high? Maybe? Let's see if we can hold 7,000. Yeah, I don't know what the cruising altitude for this is. I thought it would be at least 8,000 or 9,000. But that's also just because I don't know anything. I want to check it out on my phone. Hold on. Modern Cessna 172s have a maximum altitude of 13,000 to 15,000 feet. Yeah, 9,500 feet is the recommended long haul. So, I don't know why we were having problems with that. Maybe we just, I don't know, can't do 400 feet per minute? Maybe that's just too aggressive. Certainly seems like it was. I'm gonna go down to 7,000 because why not? Autopilot's on. Vertical speed mode is on. Flaps are at 0. Yeah, this thing doesn't fly. It's the most popular aircraft in the world. It's a good airplane. Don't get me wrong. But I think the Cessna 152 is actually, I don't know if better is the word, but it was more flexible maybe, because I think we got it. Did we take it to 9,000? Maybe actually we didn't actually take it to 9,000. Now that I think about it, I don't know. This should be able to do 13 to 15,000. That's a sort of max height. So I don't know why we topped out at 8. I think it was probably because I was trying to go too high too fast. I was trying to increase our altitude too quickly. That's likely the cause. So that's fine. We'll do 7,000. Doesn't matter to me. We want to make sure that our RPM is not too fast. It's at 2630, which is fine. We're right on that green line there. That's good. It's a good cruising speed. We're going to hit 7,000 feet and then we're going to stop. So that's good. We're going to keep our eye on Havana there. And we are going Miami to Havana. So, after that fun little adventure, we'll keep going. I think they updated the graphics for the clouds in the most recent update. I was reading the update patch notes, and I do believe that clouds and weather effects were part of the updated scenery, so I think they've improved those. It certainly seems like the volumetric clouds that we just flew through over there were... I don't think I've ever seen that before in Flight Sim, so maybe that's different, or maybe I just always fly with clear skies on. I'm not really sure. I am flying with, I think, real world weather. Yeah, live weather, but I'm not at the right time. So, obviously, it's not 7:24 a.m. here where I am. It's late at night. But, again, I don't want to fly late at night in the simulator because then it's just boring. It's just a black screen and you can't see anything. It doesn't make for much of a YouTube video, so I don't want to do that. And I don't even like driving at night, let alone flying at night. So, yeah, I'd rather be during the day. I'm going to leave it here. I think we can see KMTH there in the distance. Guessing that's what this is here. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run, and yeah, we'll continue our way over to Cuba. Talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, we are actually going to jump into Navigraph really quickly here. We're going to go to MUHA, and we're going to open up our charts. We're going to open up our approach charts, and we're probably looking for runway 24. Doesn't look like it has an ILS though, so maybe we'll go ILS runway 06 instead. So we'll have to probably pass it and turn around, but that's fine. So it starts at WOLSE. WOLSE at 2000. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to come back in here, and we're going to go direct, and instead of direct to MUHA, we're going to go direct to, what did I say? WOLSE. Okay, so we're going to find the W. Need to move down a little bit. W. O. L. Whoops. S. E. Activate. Cuba. We are going to the one in Cuba, not the one in Australia or Canada. Distance, so we're 83 nautical miles away from that. So now that will bring us over here to Woolsey. Now what we're probably going to want to do is pass this and then sort of turn around. So we'll sort of pass this, we'll do a turn. Once we line back up, then we'll get our ILS. We can actually put our ILS in right away. It is 110.5, so we can actually put that into our nav right here. It is 110.5. 110.5. I'll switch that. There we go. So 110.5, and yeah, weather is still kind of cloudy, but we're above a lot of it now. We're sort of in that. You can see we're in that thin ribbon. You can see there's like a thunderstorm over there. But yeah, you can see we're sort of in that thin ribbon of sky between all the clouds above and the clouds below. So that's kind of cool. Nice flying air here for us, which is good. Yeah, you can see we're more than halfway now. We're sort of in the last little bit of a leg here. We're probably going to wait maybe 10 more minutes until we start descending. We're only going down to 2,000 feet. We're probably going to try and get to Walsey by 2,500 or so, and then as we turn around, we'll lose that last 500 feet of altitude. So we're still not quite there yet. Once we're a little bit closer here to the coast of Cuba, we'll probably start that descent. So yeah, we'll wait till then, and yeah, once again, enjoy. Sorry, there's a lot of time lapses in these videos, unfortunately, because it's kind of like there's not much to talk about on these, 2-hour flights. It's like, do I just jabber on for 2 hours? Probably not. You guys would rather see more takeoff and landings and do like 2 or 3 flights in a video rather than one. So that's what I'm trying to do. So we'll time lapse again, get to the descent, and then yeah, we'll probably talk the rest of the way in. Talk to you soon. Alright, we're about to hit the coast here. I want to get to Walsay by, or Woolsey, I don't know what they say. I want to get to 2,000 feet, but honestly, we're only dropping 5,000 feet. We could do that in like a few minutes, and we're definitely more than a few minutes away here. So I'm going to drop down really slowly, but I do want to start dropping this down. So let's get our altitude. Let's set the target for 2,000 feet. But let's set our vertical speed at 200 feet per minute. That should be fine for now. We'll see where we are. Once we pass the airport, we'll see where we are, and then we'll see if we need to go down a little bit faster or not. Actually, we might need... Just look at how fast... I'm trying to see how fast we're going here. Maybe we can go down 400 feet per minute. I mean, the worst case scenario, we get down to 2,000 early and we just cruise at 2,000, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. So yeah, gonna get my descent on here. I really like these volumetric cloud effects here. Honestly, I don't know if this is new or not. I know they did some updates to the clouds, but I don't know whether what I'm seeing is part of the update or not. I usually do just fly with clear skies on. I usually have my weather set. Not to live weather, but to clear skies like this. So this is what I usually see, and I think it was just on like that by default, and I've never questioned it. But I actually am really enjoying the live weather. I think that this adds so much more depth to the game and realism to the game, because we don't live on a planet with clear skies everywhere all the time. Obviously, there's benefits to having clear skies where you're, you're flying an airplane and clear skies is better. But yeah, I like these clouds. I like these. These look good. They look like what I suspect clouds look like when you're flying a small airplane at slow speeds. And imagine when we were in the clouds earlier and you just couldn't see anything. That's probably really realistic. So yeah, again, I don't know whether these clouds are new, but if they are, they did a good job. They're really cool. I know that there used to be a mod that people used to download for it, but now it's integrated right in to Flight Sims, so yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to continue our descent. I'm probably going to pick up the pace of the descent a little bit. We're going down, but it's not... Well, we've gone down 700 feet in about this, so yeah, by the time we get here, maybe we'll need a little bit more. So, yep, I'll continue the descent. We're going to do a slow motion descent. We're going to probably look from underneath the plane like this, and I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, and yeah, you can see there's clouds covering most of this. I don't know if the clouds go all the way down. We're going to have to get down here. There's the airport down there. You can see it 4.86 nautical miles away. We are dropping 400 feet per second, so it looks like we'll see about that 2,000 mark. And again, if we go back to Navigraph, we can see that, yeah, we'll sort of try and follow this heading here and then turn around to Woolsey. I guess we'll probably be heading a little bit this way. We're currently heading up 222, which means that we're flying basically this way. So yeah, I might actually straighten out, go fly the heading of the airport, which is 060. No, sorry, it's 24, runway 24. So I'm gonna do this. So basically I want to straighten out here so that we're running parallel, so that I can just do that left-hand turn. So let's select our heading and let's go to 240. Let's hit heading select. So that's gonna turn us to the right or to the north, depending on which way you're looking. West, I guess. And that will let us sort of pass the airport, which obviously we've passed now. It's down there. And it will let us get down a little bit further so that we basically want to turn around and capture the glide slope, which is going to be starting around Wolsey there. So now what we can do, because we've got our GPS, we're not using our GPS, we're using heading. We can actually change to our locator, and you can see we are locked on to the glide slope, but we're basically going away from it, and it's quite far away that way. So it's basically going to be pointing us in this way. So it's going to be starting from here, pointing this way. So we're headed the wrong direction, and we're quite a far bit northwest of where we need to be. So that's fine. We're going to, like I said, try and capture that around. Maybe we'll go a little bit. We can turn here a little bit before Wolsey. We don't need to be all the way out there since we're not obviously in a big aircraft or anything like that. But we want to get there by this HA402 most likely, because that's our mandatory 2000 here. HA402 is where we'll intercept that glide slope. So I don't know exactly where that is. It's not going to show that on this map, is it? No, probably not. No, it's fine. It's no problem. So yeah, we're going to be another couple of minutes of flying, and then we're pretty much ready to go. It does look like this cloud is going to continue, so that's fine. I don't know if this cloud levels off at 700 feet or what, really. So we'll just sort of hope that we can make do with what we got here. I'm gonna shrink this map just a little bit so that I can see. I want to be able to see my compass here as well. I'm probably gonna start my turn, and so basically I want to turn to like 1.5, go straight this way, and then again turn up to 0.6. So let me change my heading. We're at 2,000 feet. No, we're going towards 2,000 feet. That blinking there was indicating that we're in our last 1,000 feet, which is good. I turned down my the throttle quite a bit as we were heading down, so I'm going to pull that back up just a little bit, just so that we keep our sort of 110 knots. And then I'm going to start heading to change our heading, rather. So we're going to head over to 150, which is basically 90 degrees from where we were. You can see that. So that's going to close this distance here for these two lines. These two lines need to meet up to be on that, to sort of capture that ILS glide slope and everything. To capture the ILS, you need to be quite a bit closer than we are now. So this is what I'm going to try and do here, is close some of this gap quickly, and then we'll do another 90-degree turn to the left. We'll do that as well when we get to about here. Once we cross this line, I think there should be enough space that we should go, and we should start seeing this line start to move towards us as we get in. And you can also see here we're just about to intercept our glide slope altitude, which is great. I can actually just nose down a little bit further. Oops. Nose down a bit further just to get us into that glide slope altitude properly here. So once we see this moving, we'll start thinking about turning. We're not quite there yet, but I think I want to turn about 40 degrees, maybe 45. Yeah, right now I want to try and head basically to 060, not quite 060. I'm going to go 90 degrees. And that's not going to be quite where we want to go, but you can see here the course for the glide slope is 060. So I'm going to go 090, which will be slightly off of that, just to close this gap a little bit slower. We could probably hit the approach mode here, but I'm still a little bit far off of it, so I don't quite want to hit it. But you can see here we're heading, not runway heading, obviously. We're headed towards this ILS path because we want to capture it. And again, I had some. Oh, there we go. So now we're going to start heading 060. And we should have captured this. So I can probably press approach mode now. Approach mode is on. We need to nose down quite a bit. We want to go nose down. Oh, we're on the glide slope maybe? Vertical speed is on. Nose down. I want to go down. Well, it's not letting us. That's okay. I think the approach mode is keeping us. But we do want to be down, so we're not... Yeah, we haven't captured that glide slope perfectly yet. Let's turn this off. Let's turn this on, and let's nose down. Let's also put in some flaps. Let's just turn the autopilot off for now. Let's try and line up this runway. We want to basically get down a little bit further because we're not at the glide path we should be on. This green dot here is our glide slope we should be on. And I'm turning a little bit too far here. So I want to drop my speed drop my altitude pretty quickly here to try and align with that glide path. And you can see on the map, and anyway, you can see where the airport is. We're pretty close, but I want to get back on that glide path, specifically the vertical speed glide path. There we go. Okay, so as soon as we pass that and get close to it, I can turn my approach mode on, and I can turn the autopilot back on. Now the autopilot should capture that glide slope, and it should follow me down now. It's not doing it. Interesting. Okay. Let's put it in heading mode. Let's turn off approach mode. Yeah, and let's turn our vertical speed back on. And let's start dropping a little bit quicker. We're at 3 nautical miles away, so we need to be dropping relatively quick here. We are only going 77, so we have dropped our engines quite a bit. We're at flaps, 1 notch of flaps here. We're still kind of far away though. Okay, I'm just going to autopilot off. I'll make sure I can see. I can't quite see the field ahead of me. I don't know what decision height is. I think it's 750, so we probably would have had to do an aborted approach on this, but that's okay. We can kind of see where we're going here. It's fine. 2 nautical miles away. We're dropping way too fast. I need to get back up. I need to put my flaps on full so we can slow down. I'm going to turn off my map now because I don't need it. I can now see the field at 500 feet. Don't know if that's great or not. I'm going to now kill my engines because I can see my stripes where I got to aim for. I think it said that your landing speed in this aircraft is like 40, 50. So your stall speed, but we're coming in a little bit hotter than that, so I'm probably going to just let us float down the runway quite a bit. I just want to kill my vertical speed here and let the plane come down by itself nicely. There we go. And touchdown.
Well, you've landed. We'll send maintenance to check the gear after you park.
Great, thank you. Okay.
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Wait for my parking assignment. Great. I'm going to take a look at this. I don't know where the general aviation parking is, but I'll just assume it's over there somewhere. So we're going to take this first exit here, and we're just going to get off. It's not important where we're parking. We're not on VATSIM or anything like that, so that's fine. Funny, yeah, I don't know with the approach. I don't know if you're supposed to pass through that. Maybe what we need to do is we need to be at like 1800 and pass through the glide slope, so that as that glide slope passes through our altitude, it will capture it more easily. Maybe, not really sure. I don't know how people handle that, so maybe someone can help me. Again, I don't use this system very often. I'm mostly VFR, flying around, dicking around, having fun. I'm trying to learn the ILS, and I'm trying to learn the different Garmin 1000, 3000, 5000s as we go through this series. So yeah, it is sort of a learning experience for me, and if there are pilots or people out there with more experience in the sim than I have, which probably isn't very difficult to have. I'm definitely open to learning more about how these airplanes work and operate, how to get their functionalities and stuff. So definitely open to that. Just leave a comment below. And I mentioned it before. I don't really get that many views on this channel. It's sort of just for fun. It's a sort of hobby of mine. But if you do like it or you have some suggestions, let me know. And if you feel like subscribing, that'd be fantastic. It doesn't really matter much to me. I'm not making any money. We're not monetized, so I don't really care. But yeah, if you like the videos, I'd be happy to know about it and to do some more content that you like. I've been doing some shorts of interesting things like flying an F-22 through Central Park in New York and some fun stuff like that I've been having fun with. So there's also some like one-off flights that I've done where I just take a cool airplane and fly to a cool place. Things like that. So it's not all career mode here. I also play other games as well. We do games like Space Engineers and Factorio, Satisfactory, all that kind of stuff. So I think there's lots of content out there. There's lots of games to play. So if you have a game that you think fits in my sort of genre of wheelhouse games, then yeah, I'd love to know it. Okay, this is definitely not a taxiway here. I thought maybe this was a taxiway, but this is definitely a road for cars. Oops. It's fine. We're like just barely bigger than most trucks and buses and stuff, so that's fine. But I do believe this looks like a good place for general aviation, so yeah, we're gonna park ourselves next to this, whatever this small jet is here. I think it's a TBM maybe. Yeah, it looks like a TBM 930 or maybe the Piper 500 maybe? Not sure. Anyway. We're going to check out and see how we did here. So we have to... someone said, what did we have to do? Someone mentioned what we're supposed to do here. Instead of just turning it off, we're supposed to do our mixture. Cut our mixture, and that will cut the engines.
Stand by, pilot.
There we
Cargo
go.
unloading.
Perfect. Good idea. Cargo's unloading. I'm going to have a little bit of iced coffee while I wait. Which is probably, let's be honest, what the pilots do anyway when they're waiting. Have some iced coffee. Alright, we use 108 pounds of fuel. So we went from 85% to 52%. That's good to know. Airport
Transporter,
fees for 400.
the cargo has been delivered. Nice work. Have a nice day.
And cargo has been delivered, so that's great. I'm going to take a bit of a break here, and I'm going to come back a little bit later. So you'll see the next flight will be happening from here shortly. I'll see you then. All right, and we're back. We stepped out of the plane, had a little bit of lunch, and we're ready to go. So let's go back into our career. Oh, I did have to restart this. All right, we're connected. Let's refuel. Let's go pretty much all the way full here. And then we have to make sure that the fuel rebalances in the actual plane too. Because refuel. Fuel has been added. Okay, there we go. I had to actually press the check mark. That's why. Okay, so let's find our next job. We want to sort of head down into the Caribbean sort of area here. Maybe to the Bahamas would be nice. Let's head over to maybe Nassau or something. Let's see if we can find some jobs. How come I'm not seeing? Oh, here's one. 43,000 bucks. That's nice. 215 pounds. 626 nautical miles. So that's actually further out than I can fly. I can go 600, I think, in this. Is it 600? I don't know where it tells me that actually. Might tell me an actual NeoFly here. Okay. So these are the ones we can do. So I see the minimum has been bumped up. So let's do the minimum. we want maximum to be about 500 and the minimum to be about 250. Because that's the sort of sweet spot where we're not spending too much time flying, but we're also not just hopping back and forth and back and forth. So we want something over here. Let's see where these are going. These are all going back into the States. This going down to Guatemala, maybe? Belize? Is this still Guatemala? No, that's not. I don't know if I want to go all that way. I kind of want to stick around here. I want to go around here somewhere. Maybe this is just too far. Maybe let's bump that down to like 79. Like 330. Yeah, see now it's sending us back up there quite a bit more. Let's see. KCOF. I guess it doesn't generate that many. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be generating a whole lot of... I mean, I know there's not like a huge amount of airports there, but still. Generate some over here. I want some interesting jobs. Let's see what we can do. I mean, we could go down here. But that's the one that's... We'd have to stop somewhere in between. But we could go down to Kingston in Jamaica. We could stop in Kingston and then do the rest of the flight. That's certainly possible. Let's maybe do that. Let's take this. 250 pounds, 626 nautical miles. Okay.
Good morning, pilot. Ready for your
So
cargo
we're gonna go
mission?
to Kingston first. Or
The ground crew are loading the cargo. Stand by.
MUCU. MUCU. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so first we're going to MUCU. Muku. Let's go in here. Let's get our checklist. We did have to stop the plane. So let's go ahead and autocomplete these. Testing our brakes.
Okay, pilot. That's the last of the crates secured, and the cargo door is closed and latched. You are cleared to taxi.
Alright. And she should come in and say thank you. Good job. No cargo loaded. How come?
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Wait. We have to take the cargo. MTPP. How come it didn't load? One sec. Manage your flight. Missing payload. Yeah, so why didn't you... Yeah. No. That's not what we want. Cannot do this while the engine is running. Okay, well I know how to fix that. Load. Yes.
Pilot, stand by. The cargo is being removed.
Oh, you said it wasn't even in the... This is a very annoying problem. why it's not... It said it wasn't in the aircraft, which is a bad thing. I'm going to go ahead and restart this flight. Maybe something with the sim went wonky. I don't really know. Alright, here we are. Cold and dark. This should connect. We'll start this, so at least the Garmin comes on. Let's look for our jobs. Yeah, so there's that cargo mission. So if we take that, right?
Hello, pilot. The cargo is waiting for you at the usual location. Pilot from dispatch. The cargo door is open and the cargo is being transferred.
Okay, so the cargo is going in.
Okay, pilot. That's everything stowed securely. We're ready for taxi.
Okay, so it is in then, even though it says no cargo loaded. Is that because this is empty? Should we put 215 here? We don't have a co-pilot, so we can put that down to 0. Maybe let's take a little bit less gas. We don't need quite as much. There we go. That'll bring us down to our regulars. Let's see, we can bring that down. Fuel has been updated. I guess we just wasted some fuel. That's fine. So we're going to want to go, the first stop is, we're going to want to go down to near Guantanamo. We go to Guantanamo Bay. We're pretty good. MUGM, MUGT, yeah, MUCU. Let's go here. There's a nice big runway there, runway here. MUCU. Okay. Let's start the engine. And let's head for MUCU. And this is just because we can't make it all the way in one flight. Plus it makes it more interesting.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Alright, everything looks ready. Alright, let's go in here. We'll auto-complete this page. So let's look at Navigraph. Here we go. Just loading Navigraph now. MUCU. Santiago de Cuba. That's the one. Let's go look at our charts. Approach ILS runway 10. So Darpo. We want to go to Darpo. 4,500 feet. So I don't know how to work this thing. I mean, it seems to work here just fine, but it doesn't seem to work any other way. So this is what I'm going to use. DAR. Come on, well, I can barely see it. R. P. Oops, it's not DARPA. Oops. Go away. Why is it 9? Oh, I cleared the whole thing. God damn it. D. Next. This is really tedious, but that's how it is, I guess. R. And it's Darpo. Darpo. Activate. So that'll send us direct to Darpo, which we'll need to land at Santiago de Chile. Or Santiago de Cuba. Okay. Let's get ready now. We're just going to take off over there. So let's just do a quick turnaround here. Obviously, we wouldn't want to do this sort of illegal turn normally. But normally we wouldn't have parked facing the grass, so you know, everybody learns a little bit. It's okay. A little bit of grass on our wheels. Nothing to worry about. Just gonna head straight for the taxiway. It's fine. The level of immersion and realism doesn't need to be too high. We can all just chill out. We're playing a game. There's traffic on the taxiway. That's cool. This little guy here going for it. I'll get out of your way. No problem, little friend. Oh, he's okay. Yep, you're gonna cross right in front of me. That's cool too. No problem. Good thing I'm going nice and slow, huh? Yep. Alright, we're gonna bring our flaps up. We're going to try and set our altitude while we're turning here. I want to go to 6,000 feet, not 6,100. Oh, no, not 5,900. 6,000 feet. And we're going to have the flight director on. We're going to choose nav mode. And we're going to do vertical speed of... No, vertical speed. 4. That was minus. There we go. Alright, we've made it to the runway. Flaps are set. Full power. Straight out. Departure. Which is totally fine. Positive rate.
Okay, pilot, steady away. See you again soon.
Pull in our flaps. And press the autopilot. And there we go. I'm going to go up at a chill 400 feet per minute. We did find out that the climbing abilities of the 172 are not unlimited, shall we say, in the last flight. So we're going to take it easy. We're just going to go up 400 feet a minute. That's totally fine. Get ourselves aligned now with the DARPO direct. And yeah, we're going to fly direct. I do like the clouds. I was actually watching a video yesterday about how badly this last Microsoft Flight Sim update was actually rolled out and how poorly Microsoft has fared for it. I gotta say, I've had no problems. It downloaded seamlessly and almost invisibly for me, so I had no problems. But I hear that quite a lot of people had quite a lot of problems, and so I sympathize with them. I feel bad for them. But I didn't have them, so that's fine. We're going to play with the weather a little bit. I don't want live weather, but I do want some clouds. Let's put some clouds here. Clear skies. Broken clouds. Yeah. Let's raise these guys up. This is just for, I don't know, just because we can. Let's raise these up a little bit. And we'll thin this one out a little bit. There we go. Playing God a little bit and having some fun with the clouds. That's fine. It's fine. I want to be able to see the ground. I think it's prettier to be able to see what we're going through, since this is really a scenic kind of flight and we're sort of having fun with it. I'd like to be able to see it. Okay, so we'll go back to our career mode here. We'll take a look. That's where we're going, is MTPP. We're going to have to take a stop though, so yeah, I will let the plane go, and we'll catch up with you in a couple of minutes. Alright, so we're going to pull back on our throttle a little bit. We're overspeeding our engine there. But I actually want to go a little bit higher than this. I'm going to try and put it at 8. I'm actually going to try and put it at 9. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to flight level change. And we're going to put this down to 75. Not 58. $75 knots. So this will make sure that we don't go any slower than 75 knots. But it will gain us altitude. What I was doing last time was just a vertical speed, so I was indicating how much vertical speed I wanted to do. This time I want to indicate what airspeed I want to do, and then up to a certain point, which is 9,000 feet, it will do that airspeed at the appropriate angle of attack. And so we end up moving at the same speed, roughly 75 knots, but because the speed with which we can fly through the air will change based on the air density, this will keep our speed constant, making sure that I don't stall. Mostly because I'm walking around my house doing chores and other things, partly while I fly, and so I don't want to crash the plane by accidentally stalling while trying to climb. But also, this is probably the better way to do a climb. In real life, maybe? Flight level change seems safer and better? I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. So, yeah, I'm going to let my time-lapse go. We'll get up to 9,000. We'll check out what we can see and what we can do, and, yeah, we'll catch you then. I'm going to leave it kind of at an odd angle here a little bit, make our angle of attack look a little bit more aggressive than it really is. There we go, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, we are back briefly. We had some inclement weather on the way over, I guess. But so far so good. I am going to probably start doing a vertical speed down to 4,000. I think it was 4,000, or was it 4,500 feet? Let me check Navigraph really quick. Yeah, 4,500. 4,500. We're still pretty far from it. So yeah, let's start our vertical speed and let's go down at like 200 feet per minute. That should be lots. We'll get down there in no time. Maybe 100 feet per minute. I keep screwing up. This is nose up, this is nose down, but I keep thinking this is speed up, speed down. It's not that way. Okay. Let's also set up our nav frequency. 110.7 is what we're looking for. 110. $70. So when we're a little bit closer, we should be able to see that. We'll activate it a little bit closer to this DARPO. Yeah, the line looks like it follows the coast here pretty much, so we're probably going to, when we're a little bit closer to DARPO, we're probably going to turn south, hit that coastline, and then basically come in on the coastline here, and we'll be able to catch that ILS glide slope a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm going to give you a slightly different view, I guess, for the for the next time lapse. Again, sorry for all the time lapses. There's nothing to talk about in between, and I figure you guys would rather see more, takeoffs, landings, and dealing with all the planning and stuff rather than the actual flying itself. So yeah, enjoy our descent slowly. Alright, I just reduced our vertical speed to about 600, actually 700 feet per minute here. I also killed the engines a little bit here. I'll pull back on the throttle. So I'm going to try and hit this. Now what I want to do is basically put ourselves into heading select mode. I'm going to right click on the heading button here. And then I'm going to hit heading mode. And that's because I'm going to change this over now. To the location. You can see here we've got the location, or the ILS has been selected, but we're nowhere near it. We're not close enough to get the second bar yet. So we're going to wait until we see that, and I'm descending, like I said, pretty quickly here to get down to that 4,500, because that's what we need to intercept that glide slope. I think that's the that's the airport right there. So we're basically going to be turning over here somewhere. Is that yeah, it looks like right there. We're gonna try to intercept it. So I'm gonna keep ourselves inside the plane for now so that I can see that line. I guess I could see it on the scope up here as well, but that's fine. We'll leave it right here for a minute, and yeah, once I get a little closer to this ILS, I will come back. Okay, sorry, I actually realized we were really close and we should have picked up that ILS by now, but what it was is I actually hadn't changed the nav frequency over, so I was still on this 110.5 and not the 110.7. So now that we've hit that 110.7, we can see that that secondary guideline there that tells us the distance away from this line that we're at. So once we see that start to get a little closer, we'll hit that approach mode, and we should be all set. We're now at 4,500. I'm about to stall, so I'm going to put my engine back up, put our throttle back up here a little bit. Didn't notice that we were sitting at a 10-degree angle of attack there. But yeah, we'll continue on our flight, and catch up to this ILS, and then we'll grab it. And the last time we tried to land, it didn't actually capture the glide slope for some reason. It does indicate that the glide slope is captured, or at least it knows where it should be. So I don't have a pip on my screen yet. I'm guessing that it will come down here as we get a little, or it'll come up as we get a little closer here. But we are pretty much on this Darpo, so we should be getting pretty close here. I'm just sort of waiting for this line to move. It's sort of still on the second dot here, which means it's the furthest away, or it's farther away than we need to be. The runway heading... Oh, we're going too fast now. You can see our RPMs are a little high there. There we go. Now we're starting to see this pull in. So now we're going to change our heading slowly to sort of match that. And you can see there's our glide slope button right there as well. That's good. I can hit approach now. Hitting approach mode. There we go. Now it looks like we've captured it. We should go through the glide slope as well, which means that that should get captured as well. And we should be set. Again, I could easily fly this VFR and just, locate the field by, using my eyes. But this is more interesting. It's, automating it, which is fun and different and interesting. You can see we have captured the glide slope now. We are pitched down. I'm going to reduce the engine a little bit so we don't overspeed as we pitch down. It's taking us down at about 650 feet, 700 feet per second, per minute rather. Per second would be scary. So I do want to, pull back on my throttle slightly so that we don't overspeed, because we would overspeed pretty quickly. And yeah, we're 13.4 nautical miles away from Antonio Maceo International Airport. Yeah, remember, we're just stopping here to refuel, and then we will take off down to where we're headed. But this is our sort of first stop. This is our refueling point. I'm gonna probably have to cut the video again. I've got to go pick up my son from school and make dinner and all that kind of stuff. This was a much longer flight than I actually anticipated doing today. I was gonna do a couple of shorter flights, but this was a really good job to do, and I sort of had some things to do in between this sort of 3 hours of flight time, I think, or yep, 3 hours 17 on the recording, so it's about 3 hour flight time already. So yeah, I will. Once we get a little bit closer and ready for landing, we'll pull you back, and yeah, I'll do a quick cut, and by the power of editing, I'll be right back, ready for our last leg of the trip. All right, we're just about 4 nautical miles away now. I can definitely see the field in sight here. Not sure if there's a crosswind or not. It looks like we're sort of headed a little bit to the south of the field, but that's fine. That might just be because we're pointing a little bit into the wind or something. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready here for our final approach. I'm gonna get out of the plane here. No, it looks like we're just headed straight towards the end of the runway. Okay, just from the pilot's view. From this view, maybe it looked like we were off a little bit. I'm gonna go out, pull the flaps a little bit, pull my engine back a little bit, increase my angle of attack so that we can slow down quite a bit. And we'll go ahead. Once we hit 2 nautical miles, I'll go full flaps. And I'll turn off the autopilot as well. Okay, we'll go full flaps now. We do have a bit of a hill, I think it looks like here. That's fine. I'm going to wait to pull the autopilot for just a little bit, actually. I want to see how close this glide slope will get us. 480, 460... pretty close. Alright, pulled the autopilot. We're back in control. Pilot's aircraft. Pull back on the throttle all the way. And yeah, there does seem to be some crosswind in the game or something. Maybe the real life wind is still on. But that's okay. We're gonna pass our stripes a little bit. We're gonna pretend we got permission from ATC to land a little long on this, because we're gonna float slightly out of what we would normally do. And stall way early. Got that engine all the way back again.
Transporter from dispatch.
There we go.
Nice landing. Go to the parking and put your parking brake on. I'll be in touch.
Okay, let's see if we can turn just up
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
here. Okay, perfect. Again, we're just stopping here for fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in up here. And then we'll pretend that this is the general aviation area, because obviously, you know, it is not. But that's fine. Check out, no one's coming, left and right. Don't know why I was looking down, it's just fun. And then let's park ourselves over here. Let's park next to this guy. Say hello, friend. I'm going to actually park myself so I don't have to do the turnaround later. I'll do a little bit of a U-turn here as best I can. Feather my throttle slightly so I can turn. Man, the 152 turns a lot better than this thing. 152 is definitely a more nimble aircraft. Okay, here we go. I don't know what this is. Is that a plane? Yeah, that's a plane. Okay, it's just didn't show up much there. Looked like a burnt plane there for a second. All right, perfect parking right on the on the road there for service vehicles. Awesome. All right, so let's buy some fuel. So we got to go into NeoFly. We're going to come here and we're going to refuel. Manage fuel. Yeah, we cannot do this while the engine is running. Oh, okay. I guess I gotta shut everything off. That's fine. We'll pull our mixture.
Okay, pilot. That's everything stowed securely. We're ready for taxi.
Okay, so it's not unloading the aircraft, obviously, because we're not ready for that. We're just getting some... So there you go. So now it's updated. So we're not gonna take full fuel because we don't need it to get our next leg of our trip, but I do want around 50%. So we're gonna buy that, 88 bucks worth of that. And then I'm gonna kill this warning here. And then, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have enough time right now to do that last leg, but with the power of editing, I will be there in a second. All right, and yeah, I hopped out really quick, grabbed a snack, waited for everything, and yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. So we're on track now to go down to Port-au-Prince in Haiti, I believe is our destination. So we are going, yeah, here, Port-au-Prince. That's our job. So I think it's HTTP. Is it HTTP? No, that's the internet. Where are we going? MTPP. HTTP is something else. That's HTTP as well. Okay, MTTP. I think that was right. God, I've just forgotten I'd make a terrible aircraft pilot. MTPP. All right. So we're ready to go. We're gonna just enter that into our flight plan here. Direct to. Actually, let's bring up MTPP and let's do that direct to their thing again here. Let's go back to airports. MTPP. Approach. So runway 10. Let's take a look. Yeah, that looks like a good one. Actually, it's the only one with ILS, so yeah. 11.2, 11.1. So runway 10. We want to get to CAPOI. CAPOI. C. Oh my gosh, this is so finicky. CAP. Oh. No, no, no. CAPO. I. CAPOI? Was it? CAPOI. Oh, that's not. Wait. Yeah, CAPOI. Is that not the waypoint? Okay. So 3,000 by FAF10 is IF010. Let's try that IF010. Actually, you know what? This is... We're going to head. We know where we're going. We don't need that. We'll just get a heading as soon as we get started here. I do want to set up my altitude is going to be 4,500 feet. And we're going to turn the flight director on. Turn heading mode on. I'm going to choose the correct heading. Once we get in flight, we'll choose that. I think we're going to be pretty much headed this way. We're going, I know, we're going west. So we're going to be going slightly southwesterly? Southeasterly. Yeah, so it's about this way. Sorry, there was a couple hours in between the last landing and this, and I've been dealing with crazy kids the whole time, so my brain is not working. Yes, we are heading east-southeast is the sort of way we're heading. So we're actually pretty much heading in the way we're pointed now, which is good. That's fine. And then once we take off, I want to do that flight level change. I want to set our vertical speed to 75. It's funny, we have to do nose down for this now because I'm not moving. Okay, so that's us ready to go. We can probably turn around here. Yeah, and then we're ready to go. We have connected our sim thing. I'm just gonna pretend like these guys are not here and just go straight through that guy like Raiders of the Lost Ark. And we're gonna turn through here. I know this is not where you'd normally turn into, but that's fine. Remember, it's a sim for fun. I'm not learning how to fly here. And thank God for that. How much? There's quite a bit of runway behind me there. I think I will probably take some of it. So, let's go down to 1 notch of flaps, or up to 1 notch of flaps. And let's get ready and let's take off. Full power, here we go. Here we go. And then I'll confirm exactly where we're going really quick. Just make sure we're heading in the right direction. Once we get airborne. I'll pull up my map here. And we can see we're kind of heading in the right direction. I don't think we're actually heading the right way. Our GPS, or rather our heading button, looks like it's going the right way. Okay, positive rate of climb.
Pilot from dispatch.
A little bit of
Fly safe.
faffing there at the end, which is kind of concerning, but it's fine. Let's make sure our engine doesn't go too crazy. And I like to sort of get these needles where they need to be, more or less. Press the autopilot and let it take over. It will, again, we're flight level change mode is on, which means we're going to be trying to maintain 75 knots, which is apparently the appropriate climb speed for this aircraft. So just like we did in the last one, we'll do that. Now, I want to take a look on my map here and just sort of make sure. Oh yeah, look at that MTPB right there. We're headed almost exactly where we need to go. I'm going to head a little bit southerly, a little bit more south. And that will bring us, what I want to do is basically come over this area here and then turn into this, because this looks like Yeah, runway 10, right? So our runway heading is going to be over here. So I want to be able to take that left turn really, at the end, which means I basically just want to go down this way. So that's where we're going to head. I could actually make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. But that just takes up so much of my space. I actually don't want to do that. I just want to make this just a little bit smaller. What if I make it really small like this? Ah, there we go. Now we can see better, even though we're just making it small. So yeah, we're heading over there. I'll leave this sort of zoomed in over here so we can see where we're going. We're heading up to 4,500. You know what? I think we probably want to go a little bit higher than that. I thought this was kind of a shorter flight than it is, but it's actually not that short. So we'll go up all the way to 8,500, I think. This really is not that. Maybe 7,500 is fine. Yeah, it's not that far of a hop, but still. Higher is better, right? It does look like we're on live weather again, so there is, some clouds around the Cuba, Haiti area, which is cool. That's fine. What did I do? I think my last time lapse was like right down the butthole of the plane there. So maybe we'll do a side lapse here where you guys can see the side of the aircraft. So yeah, we're gonna get up to our cruising altitude, and then I'll find you guys some peanuts and a cold drink, and we'll see you shortly. Alright, we're just going to find out what we need to be at. Looks like 3,000 feet. So that's good. I can get us down to 3,000 feet. And we'll do that with a vertical speed drop of, I think, minus 400. 500 should be fine. It looks like kind of far on the map, but it's actually not too bad. We can get there pretty quick. Alright, now I gotta pull back on my throttle, give those RPMs a break, and yeah, we'll head down to Capoi, and yeah, I got the ILS working. Rather, I got the GPS working. The ILS 110.50. I don't know why we're not picking up this ILS. ILS runway 10. Yeah. All right. Yeah, 111.5, 111.5. So if I switch this, it's 111.5. And yet, I don't pick up the signal yet. Am I just too far from it? Not really sure. We're sliding off our GPS. Why is that? Nav mode is on. Why does this show me facing totally the wrong way. Yeah, this has got us like I don't know who to believe. Am I really going that way? Is there really a 200 knot high headwind? What's going on here? I don't know who to believe here. It looks like we're turning. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Why the GPS was telling me I was going that way. Hmm. So both my nav 1 and my nav 2. Oh, did that work now? We're on heading now, right? Yes. Well, it still doesn't show up here. I do want VOR. Anyway, we're gonna get there. We're just following heading right now, so we're gonna turn a little bit more east. Looks like we're dealing with a little bit of foggy, cloudy weather over here. No problem. We're gonna get there, guys. We'll figure out what's going on with this system, and yeah, we'll see you guys shortly. Yeah, something's going on with the GPS here. When I set it to follow the GPS, I just start listing to the south here, and it just continues forever. So I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll just keep on this heading, and I still haven't figured out why we're not picking up this here. This IMG. I don't know what that means. It should be pointing this way. Somehow over this way. I don't know why it's not. Might be something with the game. Maybe not all of these frequencies are set up properly within the game. I wonder if we can use ATC actually. Can we? No, it's not gonna do it because it doesn't give us our nav stuff. Yeah. No, I don't think there's any way. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe there is a way, but I don't know how to look up the ILS frequencies of certain airports in the game. Like, there's got to be a frequency that I can go to that we will get this, but it might not be the one that I'm being given. Maybe we got to be closer. We're coming up on Capoi now. So this is the sort of start we should see by now, I would imagine. We should start to see this because we're basically coming in at Capoi here. We'll take a right turn down this way and then line up. But I don't know. It does not look like it does not look like that's what's happening here. We're going to change our heading. We're going to head slightly this way, and I'm going to sort of line up for the runway. Here we go. And we're getting down to 3,000 feet, or I guess we are at 3,000 feet. And still, just we don't have this ILS up. I don't know why that is. we have to change this one? I highly doubt that. Interesting. All right. We can see the runway though. Oh, there we go. Now we've got the localizer. Wow, is that just a really late localizer or what? Turn my heading over to capture it a little bit. Yeah, okay. We have got it. That's good. I don't know what I was looking at. Forget what I was trying to do there. I'm probably trying to find out how to get that to work, but I guess we just had to be closer. It's strange to not pick that up at the where they show that Capoi is like, this is basically your last turn before you're on the glide slope, so I would have thought that we would have been able to capture this a little bit quicker than that, but that's fine. We can change our heading a little bit more aggressively to try and get back on track here with this thing. Caution. Alerts, nothing. Okay, cool. So we are at 3,000 feet. Capoi is 3,000, and the next one that we're looking for is this one here, IF010. And I believe that was also 3,000 feet, right? That's 4,000 feet. 3,000, no, 4,000, yeah. 3,000 feet here, right? And then at this, you gotta go down. So we're at 3,000 now. And we should be intercepting this localizer pretty quickly. We should be getting closer anyway. And then once we see that start to shrink, that distance between our line and our parallel location line, once that starts to shrink, I'll start turning our heading. And then when we're close enough, we will get that button. It does look like we're low fuel. Did I pick up fuel? We made that whole first stop just to get fuel, and now I can't remember if we bought fuel. We get 17%. We got enough to land. That's fine. It's just not ideal, shall we say. I'm still waiting for this line to nudge over, or at least to start. Do I have to turn a little bit more just to catch up? What do I have to do? This will intercept me into the line a little bit quicker. It'll just make my line getting to the airport a little bit longer. Okay, so now we're starting to intercept, so that's good. So we can keep this sort of in the middle, trying to draw like an imaginary line in the middle of the distance between the bottom of this arrow and this. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what I'm trying to hit, is that line. And once we cross it, I basically want to be straight on. Okay, so we're still at 3,000 feet. I think that's fine. I'm gonna turn the approach mode on. We're gonna see if it gives us that height needles, because how far away is that? I think it said it was 4,000. I think this whole loop is 4,000. It's at 4,000 feet. That has nothing to do with looking for where we are. Yeah, 3,000 to IF010. So we should start to see that pretty quickly here. We are still 12 miles away, so 12 and a half miles away, so I'm not surprised. I don't know if this gives us the distance here. On here. Not really sure. 8.2. Okay, so that's fine. So we're 10.2 to the runway. Is that what that means? So we haven't hit that yet. And we're going off course again. Is that normal to be going off course? Why are we going off course? Where's our pip here? I feel like I need to reduce my altitude down. I do that with the flight level change. No, we'll do vertical speed. Minus 400. Okay, we're aiming for 2,000 now. That's the field right there. I can see it. We'll dip down slightly. Sorry about the sound of the iced coffee, as always. Second Garmin didn't wake up after our last flight. There we go. There's that line there saying that we're just above where we need to be. So this should capture, and now it should, yeah, there we go. It's captured the glide slope. So now we're headed down. Okay. Glide slope, I don't know what, is that normal to be around 10 nautical miles? I guess so. I guess so. Isn't that what I said? It was 10 miles from the end of the runway to that last waypoint. I think it was. We still look like we're coming off of this though. Approach mode is on, so we captured it. Are we just getting a bit of a southerly wind here maybe? Just having to push our nose this way slightly. Yeah, low fuel. I know, we're fine. We're over speeding slightly. You can see our RPM level there. Just going nuts because I think we had it almost full throttle while we were descending. So that makes a big difference. Looks like we're descending at 700 feet per minute. So that's gives you an idea about how our vertical descent is going. Going well. We look back. Yeah. We're right here. 6 nautical miles. I'm curious if I get feedback on what you guys like or don't like about this series so far. I already know that I'm slightly distracted when I'm doing this because if you can imagine, I have 2 kids, a wife, we have a few businesses that we run, and life gets pretty busy, and so I try to fit this in between other things that I'm doing. So I understand if I seem a bit out of it sometimes, or like there was 12 hours in between flights, because they're often, it's 12, 24, 48 hours in between even some of these jumps. So anyway, just curious if you guys have any feedback, what I can do to maybe improve the videos or your experience of them or whatever. So yeah, always interested. Let me know. Just you can message me or you can leave feedback in the comments. It's always good to hear. 4.5 nautical miles, not far now. We can probably kill that until we need to know where to park. We are overspeeding a bit. I'm going to hit some flaps and I'm going to slow down what we're doing here with the throttle. Do I need to turn on any lights? Nav lights, strobe lights, landing lights. Yeah, these are all probably pretty good. Fuel pump. Yeah, don't play with that. We don't need to be messing with the fuel pump. Alright, we're 3.2 nautical miles away. Still 840 feet in the air. Just checking all the gauges. I'm doing mental spaghetti right now, just making sure that I'm looking at everything, looking at my RPM on my aircraft remote engine, looking at nav, making sure I'm on the right one, looking at the track outside, and then also trying to just enjoy and appreciate the city that we're coming into of Port-au-Prince in Haiti. Yeah, not a place I'd normally maybe go, but you know, we're flying in here. I've actually been to the Dominican Republic, which is on the same island as Haiti, but Haiti just seems so much more dangerous, even though it felt pretty sketchy at times. In the Dominican, we weren't in like those gated areas, so it was a bit of a different experience. But anyway, we're about to land. You know me, I like my external views. I was about to press the gear button, but no, we got gears, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit more, going full flaps. We're going to wait till about 200 feet, and I'll take over. Wait till here. And then fill the engine and get ready to float. Yeah, there's a bit of wind here. I can feel it going over that way a little bit. There we go. Slowing that vertical speed.
Stall, 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 stall.
That's pretty close to
go.
the center line, pilot. Nice job. Taxi to parking, please.
Taxi to parking.
Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Yes, ma'am. Looks like we're just going to head off to the right-hand side here. As soon as we get a good parking spot. Actually, I will be probably turning around. So this looks like a good parking spot right here. These are organized like parking spots. I'm sure this is like a general aviation parking area, maybe. Well, I'm not going to make the spigot thing the little, what do you call it? Not the spigot. A little T line there. I missed that. I'm going to go in between them by accident. This is not how you're supposed to park, I think. Alright. That looks good. Let's go in. Let's shut down the engine. Pull that mixture all the way.
Pilot, stand by.
Turn the magneto
The cargo
off.
is being removed.
Cargo is being removed. Alright, please remove that. I'm going to connect here to the clear app again. It doesn't say anything about
Transporter from
There we go.
dispatch. Everything seems okay. The customer looks happy.
43 grand.
Mission ended.
Good. Alright, so XP.
Let's get out of here.
5 XP more. Okay, I'll take that. Payload realism XP granted. Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for me for today. That was quite a bit of flying. Glad we got here. We're going to find, next time we log in, we're going to find some jobs to get us out of Haiti and maybe go see something else in the Caribbean. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'll be back very soon. Thanks very much.